A SWOT analysis is a method for evaluating the four facets of your company that give rise to the acronym SWOT: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You may learn a lot about your company's strengths and opportunities for growth with the help of a SWOT analysis. When used in a company, SWOT analysis can help find weak spots that rivals could exploit. When conducting a SWOT analysis, it is essential to look at the internal and external environments in which your business operates. You'll have some say in some aspects, while others will be out of your hands. Discovering, recording, and analyzing as many variables as possible can help you determine the best action. In this video, we'll go through what a SWOT analysis is and how you may use the results in your own life. For your convenience, we've included a worked example and a template for conducting your SWOT analysis. Starbucks SWOT. Starbucks has 19,767 stores in 62 countries, both owned and operated under license, with an estimated 182,000 employees. They sell fresh food items, a range of beverages, and a selection of hand-roasted premium coffees and teas. They license their trademarks to other companies so that other stores, grocery chains, and national food service clients can sell their coffee and tea products. Using SWOT analysis, Starbucks can identify opportunities to improve the company's standing and boost sales. By keeping prospects in mind, the organization can grow its actions. Additionally, the corporation can seek diversity to secure its long-term market position. Core competence. Offering a premium product mix of high-quality beverages and snacks has been Starbucks' primary competency, allowing the company to exploit its foundational product differentiation tactics successfully. The Starbucks brand's success can be attributed to the company's commitment to selling only the highest quality coffee and related products and giving each customer a personalized Starbucks experience. This is accomplished through providing exceptional service and maintaining sparklingly clean, tastefully designed stores that are culturally relevant to the neighborhoods in which they are located. Successful deployment of its business strategy of organic expansion into international markets, horizontal integration through smart acquisitions and alliances, and maintenance of its long-term strategic objective as the most recognized and respected brand in the world are all enabled by the company's other core competence, its human resource management's values-based approach to building solid internal and external relationships with suppliers. Strengths of Starbucks. Among coffee and beverage merchants worldwide, Starbucks is unrivaled thanks to the company's stellar financial performance, which is the company's greatest asset. Valued at over $4 billion, the corporation has a significant advantage over its rivals. Starbucks brand, which stands for excellence and quality at a reasonable price, gives the corporation a competitive advantage in the global coffee and beverage market, which is an intangible strength. The company is enormous and sells so much coffee that it can afford to sell its wares at both premium and mid-range prices. Because of its innovative approach to people management, the organization has become a leader in a field where soft talents, those relating to working well with others, may make all the difference. Starbucks has implemented a warm and friendly work environment, resulting in more satisfied staff who are better able to meet the needs of their consumers. Weakness of Starbucks. Coffee beans are the company's primary funding source. Therefore, fluctuations in coffee bean prices directly impact its bottom line. This suggests that Starbucks is unduly vulnerable to swings in the cost of coffee beans, and the company would be wise to broaden its product offerings to spread out the volatility. The corporation has recently been the target of criticism from environmental and social activists who claim it exploits poor farmers in the third world by purchasing their coffee beans in an unethical manner. The Fair Coffee Trade guidelines were established several years ago to address this issue, and the corporation has been accused of breaking these principles. Many working consumers can't afford Starbucks because the corporation sets its prices in the premium to normalization method of the market segment. These consumers, instead, choose to get their coffee from McDonald's and other outlets. The breakfast market is expanding rapidly because of consumers' increasingly busy schedules, making it more convenient for them to grab a bite and a drink at a fast food restaurant than to prepare a meal at home. The company must swiftly widen its product selection to succeed with the entire spectrum of competitors like McDonald's and Burger King in this market. Opportunities of Starbucks. The business can reduce its reliance on erratic suppliers by broadening the range and the number of suppliers it works with. The company's vulnerability to fluctuations in coffee bean prices would be reduced, and its resilience to supply chain risks would be enhanced. The potential for growth in emerging markets is enormous for the company. The company can capitalize on the growing demand for instant coffee and breakfast foods in China and India, as well as other emerging markets by expanding into those countries. As the market segment that fast food restaurants like McDonald's and Burger King serve grows, so do the opportunities for Starbucks to expand its product offerings and compete with them. As part of its effort to capture a more significant portion of the market and reach a broader range of consumers, the company can benefit from opening a much larger number of retail outlets in the United States. Similar chances to enter new markets, broaden the company's appeal to a broader range of consumers, and expand its presence in the United States and around the world are all interconnected with this one. The time for traditional advertising and selling methods is past, and now is the time for digital ones. Online sales have increased for quick-service restaurants across the board as digital channels have become increasingly popular with consumers everywhere. Starbucks has room to grow its financial commitment to digital marketing and the growth of its online marketing and sales skills. Sales and expansion can be sped up and profits boosted by boosting client involvement via digital channels. Threats of Starbucks. The rising cost of coffee beans poses a risk to the company's bottom line, and there is also uncertainty in the supply chain due to these price swings. Furthermore, the rising cost of dairy products threatens the company's profitability. Trademark and copyright violations have plagued the company as lesser-known competitors try to cash in on its popularity. Like other multinational merchants expanding into new markets, Starbucks has pursued legal action against imitators of its trademarked name and emblem. Local coffee shops and specialized retailers compete with corporations in the niche consumer market. That is to say, the corporation is up against formidable competition from mom-and-pop shops, whose dedicated audience prefers not to buy name-brand products. Since its typical markets in the developed world are now saturated, and since the protracted downturn has made the business challenging for many merchants, Starbucks confronts severe threats in this area. It has no choice but to grow into emerging nations. As was discussed before, Starbucks' worldwide supply chain presents considerable issues. The chain can be disrupted for a variety of reasons depending on where in the world you are. All the crucial points about Starbucks' SWOT analysis have been covered. In conclusion, the company's big name and significant money should serve to get them through any future volatility, provided they play their cards well. A company's chances of survival are the same as those of any other, provided that the management team takes the time to learn, grow, and adapt. However, Starbucks has several chances and challenges in the present. Recommendations. As a result of its limited diversification, Starbucks faces a wide range of obstacles in its industry environment. To succeed in local markets, international coffee chain franchises must overcome challenges such as intense competition, widespread copying, and shifting societal mores. This Starbucks coffee company SWOT analysis identifies the innovation capabilities of products and the accompanying threat of copying, the threat of competition from low-cost sellers, and the threat of independent coffeehouse movements as some of the most significant strategic management concerns given the current state of the firm. It has been suggested that Starbucks take vital steps toward innovation, particularly in product creation, to shield its business from imitators. When a business invests in innovation, its wares may become harder to copy. In addition, we suggest that Starbucks Corporation investigate competitive pricing techniques to expand its client base. When faced with the challenge of competing with low-price sellers, bundle pricing is one strategy that can help. In addition, it is prudent to suggest that Starbucks adopt innovative marketing and branding methods that enhance its reputation as a socially responsible business. A positive public image can ease cultural resistance to the company's growth. These suggestions aim to lessen the influence of internal and external elements identified in the SWOT analysis. Starbucks must implement some necessary changes and upgrades to maintain its dominant position in the market. The following are some suggestions. 1. Start selling a wider variety of goods and services. They'll be able to fortify their position thanks to this. 2. To combat the increasing rivalry and imitation levels, the organization must embrace innovation and technical improvements. 3. Find a way to compromise with the anti-globalization protesters. 4. The pricing should be lowered so that the products are more accessible to people of all income levels. 5. Start using some clever advertising, promoting, and brand-building techniques. 6. Promote sustainable business practices, CSR initiatives, and community growth. Conclusion. That wraps up our video study of Starbucks' strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We've discussed every facet of SWOT, from strengths to weaknesses to opportunities and threats. We began with corporate history, a definition of SWOT analysis, and then a thorough SWOT analysis of Starbucks. If you liked the video, then please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel so that I can make a video for you. Thanks for watching.